तो आज का श्लोक है श्रीमद् भागवतम 1.13.15। अबिभ्रदर्यमादण्डं यथावदघकारिषु यावद्दधार शूद्रत्वं शापाद्वर्षशतं यमः. In this shloka it is mentioned that Vidura played a part of a Sudra. Why he played a part of a Sudra? Because he was cursed by Manduka Muni. And actually Vidura is Yamaraja. So when he was cursed by Manduka Muni, then automatically his post will be vacant because he is coming from Patala Loka to this Prithvi Loka. So for that reason, for the time being of 100 years, Aryama officiated at the post of Yamaraja to punish those who committed sinful acts. So as long as Vidura played the part of Sudra, being cursed by Manduka Muni, Aryama officiated at the post of Yamaraja to punish those who committed sinful acts. For example, when someone very higher position and he go out of country, if he goes out of country, then at that time also this job rotation happens. Somebody put in that post for that 1 month, 2 months, so that he can take care of all the things what he was being responsible. So similarly we can say Vidura, he is the prominent figure of history of Mahabharata. Nowadays people read so many histories, but those histories are okay, but our actual history is Mahabharata and Ramayana, etc. So those periods when the people followed the instructions of Lord. So we can see two kinds of people even that time also. Some people, they don't follow the instruction of Krishna, and some people, they are very dedicated to Lord Krishna's instruction. So here Vidura is very prominent figure of Mahabharata, and he is actually son of Vyasadeva. But what you know the story already, that Vyasadeva, when he came to give sons to Ambika, then Ambika, because Vyasadeva was Muni, and he don't looks like a king looks. King is always maintained, but he is in the forest, or he is doing austerity, so his look is different. So Ambika got very fearful. So that's why she sent one her maid servant to serve Lord Vyasadeva, and then because of that, because maid servant, she was very nicely served Vyasadeva, so Vidura came in the womb of this maid servant. So Vidura is actually incarnation of Yamaraja. What happens, there is a story about Manduka Muni. What happens once upon a time, like some thieves came to ashram of Manduka Muni and told to Manduka Muni that we want shelter at your place, some goons are after us. So whoever come to shelter, it is the etiquette that we should give shelter, because they are explaining that some goons are after us, we are right people. So Manduka Muni, because they asked shelter, so he gave shelter in his ashrama. Just for example, when Bibhishan with some ministers came to take shelter at lotus feet of Lord Shri Ram, that time also these questions came that why you are giving shelter to some Rakshasas and demons? If they cheat us, then what will happen? Then Ram replied, what about Bibhishan? If even Ravana come for shelter, I will give him also shelter. So this is a quality of Lord and also his devotees. Devotees, whoever asks shelter, devotees cannot deny that. So Manduka Muni, it was not his fault because they asked us shelter. So he gave shelter. But what happened? The king's police, they came. Actually, they were thieves, and they were the police were after those thieves. And when they saw, okay, the thieves entered into the ashrama, and they also checked the ashrama properly, and they caught them in the ashrama. So that's why police thought maybe this is the thief's main headquarter place, and that this person is pretending like a Muni, the Manduka Muni. So they arrested all the thieves and Manduka Muni along with them. Then the magistrate specially punished the Muni to death by being pierced with lance. सूली पे चढ़ाना बोलते हैं ना, सूली पे चढ़ाना. तो ऐसे it's like lenses, and it will be they will be pierced by those lenses like that. So actually, who is Vidura? Vidura is a Yamaraja. So here we will see how he got that curse. Then when he was punished, then Muni did not, Muni knows that it's not fault of the king or the magistrate or the policeman. Actually, this all destination is written or destined by Yamaraja, because he is the Dharmaraja. What is dharma, what is adharma, he only decides. So Muni was thinking that let it happen, whatever happening, but I will question Yamaraja why he did this to me. So then after because that could not actually pierce his body because of his austerity, power of austerity. It's very powerful. For example, we know that Durvasa Muni, he even went to Vaikuntha and all the planets, Brahma Loka, Shiva Loka, every planet they can go. It's like not international, it's interplanetary systems, they can travel. So here we can see that Manduka Muni, he was punished, but the suli or lances could not pierce his body because of his tapobal. So that's why that time everyone was astonished how it can be happen. He is not an ordinary person. It means might be he is not pretending as his Muni. He is a Muni actually. Then when king come to know about this, then king personally came to the Muni, Manduka Muni, and asked forgiveness and for giving this much trouble. And he was really very much feeling guilty. This king was feeling very much guilty. Then Muni did not curse the king, because Muni knows that it's not king is not actually guilty. He is actually a medium. Actually, Yamaraja is responsible for it. So Manduka Muni immediately after king released Manduka Muni immediately went to Yamloka, and he approached Yamaraja. Yamaraja is his office is actually Sangyamani Nagari, and it's very big. How much big earth is? So it's bigger than earth. Then you can think that how the hells will be bigger, because there are so many hells. 28 main hells are mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Except those 28, there are so many hells, and for different kinds of sinners, different kind of wrong people, there are different kind of punishment, varieties of punishment. So because the bad people are more than the right people, so that's why hells are more. And then in this Sangyamani Nagari and the office of Yamaraja, then Manduka Muni went, and then he asked, why you punished me by Suli pe chadhana, means pierced by lances. Why you punish this to me? Then Yamaraja replied, in last birth in your childhood, no, in your childhood, you pierced one ant with this, with a pin like this. So you uh, give trouble to an ant, and that's why you are punished. If we remember our childhood, we might did many things like this. So this was the punishment given. So Manduka Muni told that you are thinking that you are a lord of dharma, Dharmaraja. You call yourself Dharmaraja, Yamaraja. Yam means what should not be done, and Niyama means what should be done. For example, a devotee, he chant every day 16 rounds. That is Niyama. And Yama is no meditating, no illicit relationship, no gambling, no intoxication. They are Yama. And if we don't follow this Yama, like we should not do, but if we do, then Yamaraja will send Yamaduta for us. That's why it's called Yama Niyama. Even in Hatha Yoga also there are words Yama Niyama, what should be done and what should not be done. So Manduka Rishi told, see, if any child, if he is between 1 to 5 years of age, then actually whatever sin he does, because obviously unknowingly he will do, he is not mature enough to understand that will go to nobody, not to the child, not to the parents. Yes, but after 5, in 6 to 11, if any sinful activity done by the child, then that sin goes to the parents. So after 12 only, one started getting the result of his sinful activities. So when I did like piercing the ant, at that time I was a child, I was a children. I should not get punishment for that. Even if it is, for example, 1 to 11 years, then also the child will not get the punishment. 6 to 11 the parents will get, and 1 to 5 nobody will get. So why you punished me? See, anything, we all are part and parcel of Krishna. We are souls. Actually, a pure devotee, do not commit any mistake, but a conditioned soul, it's nature that he always commit mistakes. We cannot say we are perfect, we will never do any mistake, we do mistake. But with the pure devotee like Yamaraja is amongst the 12 Mahajanas who understand Krishna better than anybody else. So these 12 Mahajana like Bhishma, Lord Shiva, Narada, Kapila, etc. So Yamaraja is also equally good like these 12 Mahajanas. He is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. So even this mistake happened by Lord Yamaraja and by wish of Lord Krishna. Once when Parikshit Maharaj also did he used that dead snake in the neck of the Muni, that was considered a mistake, but that was done by actually Krishna, because to give us Srimad Bhagavatam there should be some history, and Krishna plays the role very well. So here Yamaraja, he is always busy. All demigods, they enjoy in the they are also having responsibilities, but they have enjoyment in the heaven with so many apsaras and so much facilities. And Pitriloka is the king. Yamaraja is the king, and actually he also has so many responsibilities. Like we can see the sun god is having responsibility. Timely sun god will come, and timely he will go from one particular place, and then he will give lights to everyone. Then the Jala Devata, Vayu Devata, so everyone has some responsibilities. So likewise Yamaraja got the responsibility to punish the people who are sinful. That's why that responsibility is actually very great responsibility, because sinful people quantities are more than the righteous people. So that's why Manduka Muni said it's so serious business that even in our court also we know that do not punish a person who is who has not done any mistake, any sin, but because of doubt you are punishing him, so it's wrong. But if one person have committed mistake or committed some sinful activities or crime, then if he don't get punished, because we don't know, we have limitations, we cannot understand, we just go as per the lawyers, but it's okay, but don't punish a right person, don't punish him. So you have punished me, Manduka Muni said, you have punished me, and that is not my fault, it was, I was a child, little child, so you should also get punished. Actually, punishment always offered by Yamaraja. Now Manduka Muni, great Muni, they can also punish. So okay, now you have done a work like a Sudra, not like a Brahmana, Kshatriya or Vaishya. Without thinking, without anything, you have done a very big mistake, so you should be punished, and you go to the art and become a Sudra and live a life of Sudra for 100 years. Then Yamaraja, actually being a pure devotee, he understands that in a devotee's life, everything done by Lord Krishna. Actually, nothing is if we surrender to Krishna, Krishna interferes in our life, and if we don't surrender to Krishna, Krishna doesn't interfere. Then we go as per our karma chakra. So here we can see that Krishna is interfering, because Yamaraja, being such a great devotee, he can preach anybody and everybody like Narada Muni did. But he also had a desire in his mind that everybody is doing a great preaching, but I never done preaching. To fulfill own devotee's desire, Krishna actually did everything. He managed that, okay, now one mistake will be done by Yamaraja, and then if Yamaraja do mistake, then Manduka Muni will come and curse, and by this way he will go to earth and he will take a birth like Vidura, learned person. He will be a Sudra born, like born from a Sudra woman, but he will be very learned. So like that, and we know Vidura, how he preached to Dhritarashtra. So this is Krishna's plan. So for example, Jai Vijay was cursed by 4 Kumaras, and it was also Krishna's plan. Jai Vijaya was doing their duty, and they stopped the 4 Kumaras to enter into Vaikuntha planet. The 4 Kumaras then saw that, okay, you are becoming so demoniac, you don't know Vaikuntha is open for everyone, and you are stopping us, not knowing us. So okay, now you go to the earth and become and take birth. The Lord Vishnu came immediately, and Lord Vishnu asked forgiveness from the 4 Kumaras, and Lord Vishnu told to Jai Vijaya, see Jai Vijaya, if you go to earth, if you take a body of villain means demon, then in 3 births you will come back to Vaikuntha planet. But if you want to be my friend, then after 7 births you can come back. So what option you will choose? Then Jai Vijay, obviously they will say 3 births, because they want to come back to Lord as soon as possible. And Lord became very happy, because actually when we also, like somebody is directing one film, anything, when a short film maybe, there should be one villain, one hero, one heroine, like that. So to do some leelas, pastimes with Krishna, the person who are even playing the role of a villain, they are not ordinary. So that's why Ravana played Ravana and Kumbhakarna, Jai Vijay, Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyaksha, Shishupal, Dantavakra. So 3 births they took. So it's all Krishna's plan, because Krishna also, in spiritual planet there is no fight actually. There is no fight. So that's why to take Veer Rasa, it is called Veer Rasa. Veer Rasa comes by fighting only. So Krishna come to this earth not only to fighting, but also give pleasure to the devotees by these activities, so that we glorify Lord Krishna. Because if Lord Krishna always stay in Golaka Vrindavan, Vaikuntha planet, it's so far. Even if somebody is in America, we don't know them well. We just hearing their name if they're very famous by TV, but we actually don't meet them and don't know them personally. So Lord Krishna, if he always stay in Vaikuntha planets, then we can't understand Lord Krishna's activities, Lord Krishna's love towards us, Lord Krishna's beauty. So that's why Lord Krishna come by himself. And some people say, for example, okay, our God never come, why your God always come? Like that also some questions come. If you say that God never come to this earth, to this material world, or God can never come, then you are limiting God's power, God's capability. Means he should be always in spiritual planet and he cannot come to this material world. Why he cannot come? He is the controller, he is the creator, he is the destroyer of this material world and of all spiritual worlds. Then why he cannot come? He can do anything and everything. He can come. So that's why Lord Krishna comes and do some pastimes. And in spiritual planets there is no fighting, biting, nothing. So in material world, Krishna come and play those pastimes so that we can glorify and we can go back to Godhead. So now we can understand that Vidura is the administrative demigods in charge of Pitriloka planet known as Yamaraja. For the people who are very sinful, for them he is Yamaraja. They are afraid of Yamaraja. Actually, Yamaraja is not like, very dangerous face and everybody will got fainted if they see him. Not like that. He is very beautiful. Lord's devotees are very beautiful. Yeah, but Yamadutas are not beautiful. Yamadutas are very dangerous. And everybody, like some people say, oh, Yamaraja come. Yamaraja don't come. Yamaraja is the king of the Pitriloka. Yamaraja actually sent the Yamadutas. And Yamadutas come, and Yamadutas are very, they looks very, very dangerous, and anybody can become fearful. And we have heard that some people even pass their stool when they are leaving this body. Why? Because they see Yamaduta and they are very dangerous. We can't even imagine how they look. It's very dangerous. Like it's opposite to Vishnuduta. Vishnudutas are very beautiful, that we cannot move our eyes from one part if we are seeing them. For example, we are seeing their hands, then we cannot move our eyes from the hands. It's so beautiful, everything very beautiful. So actually Srila Prabhupada in one lecture of this sloka only, Srila Prabhupada says that Yamaraja is a GBC, Governing Body Commission, GBC. But he made a little mistake. So he was punished to become a Sudra. So those who are GBCs, they should be very, very careful to administer the business of ISKCON. Otherwise, they will be punished. As the post is very great, similarly the punishment is also very great. That is difficulty. So what happened? People are after power, even in material world. Okay, I want to be minister, I want to be chief minister, I want to be prime minister. If you want to be king, it's a great responsibility. If you do even little mistake, then the great punishment will be happened with you. So it's a big responsibility. It's not like we are going to enjoy something. It's a responsibility. That's why it's called Rajarshi. A king should be a rishi. Rishi means like a muni. He should austere for the people. Like Rama, Lord Rama, he considered all the people as his son and daughter. That's why he could not live a personal life. He has a life with all the people. So it's a great sacrifice. Even you may need to sacrifice your own personal life. Similarly, if you are in a governing body commission, or you are president, or you are in any administrative body, we should very carefully fulfill our responsibilities. If we do little mistake, then there will be great punishment, not little punishment. So that's why. And here another part here is Aryama officiated at the post of Yamaraja to punish those who committed sinful acts. Aryama, who is Aryama? All the demigods, they are sons of Mata Aditi, and there are 12 Aditya actually, and Aditya means Surya. So among the 12 Aditya, one Aditya's name is Aryama. You have heard, might be, when you go Vrindavan, there is Madan Mohan temple, Sanatan Goswami's place. So there one place is there where 12 Aditya, they came together, means 12 sun god. So it's Aryama is one of them, and he got the post when for 100 years Vidura came to this earth to give us good advice, to deliver us, to deliver Dhritarashtra, to play a role of a preacher, and to serve Lord Krishna, to take a part of his pastimes, Vidura. We know how much Lord Krishna loves Vidura. Even he didn't go to Duryodhana. He went to Duryodhana didn't go for his Chappan Bhog, but he went to Vidura to take only Shag Bhat, very simple rice and saag, like that, so leafy vegetables. So that much Lord Krishna loved Vidura, and Vidura is very learned and very self-controlled personality, but he is actually Yamraja. He is the superintendent of death. So after our death, we are brought before the justice of Yamaraja. If somebody die, he takes birth. Lord Krishna in 2nd chapter 27 shloka, Lord Krishna says to us, Arjuna, to Arjuna, and through Arjuna to us, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhrubam janma mritasya cha tasmat apariharyarthe नात्वम शोचेतुम अर्हसे. अर्थात जिसने जन्म लिया है, means whoever has taken birth, they are going to die for sure. We cannot stop. And whoever died, they are going to take birth. Die means the soul is not going to die. Leaving the body, this process is called death. When we leave this body, this process is called death. Once we take this body, we have to leave this body, and once we leave this body, we will get another body. That is for sure. So Krishna is telling that why you are lamenting, Arjuna. So don't do that. So after our death, we are brought before justice, for the justice of Yamaraja, and on the basis of that justice, it will be decided what kind of birth we may have. So Yamaraja is the appointed magistrate, superintendent. After that, one has to go before him and take the judgment of his next life. So it may be, if a person go, and it may be happen like he will live 100 years to this hell, and then 200 years to that hell, and after going to all these hells, he will take birth of an insect, or he will take birth of a plant or tree, like that. So Yamaraja will give judgment. So here we can think that if piercing an ant, this punishment will be so big, then maybe we have done, some people, you have heard, might be some people say, oh, we have done nothing wrong to anybody, why this wrong thing happened to me? And but we have done so many things. When we driving a car, there are so many insects are dying. We cannot stop some, unknowingly doing sinful activities, and we will get punishment for this. If we are walking, there are so many ants may be dying. There may be something which is not visible. We are drinking water, they are dying. Something, maybe some, they are so small, living entities. And sometimes when we are putting some fire, there are so many things are dying. Like we cannot avoid sinful activities, we cannot avoid. Then what will happen? There are some, that's why in earlier times there are Panchashuna Yajna. But now in Kali Yuga, Hari Nam. When we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we getting free from all the sins. It doesn't mean that we knowingly do something or knowingly will kill some living entities, not like that. But unknowingly, if we are doing something, punishment is there. So without taking shelter of Hari Nam, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, without taking shelter of Lord Krishna, everyone has to go to hell. Because in this Kali Yuga especially, Hari Nam only can save us. So that's why in all our scriptures it is suggested to take Krishna's name. Krishna's name is for every person actually. Name is very dear. So when we chant Krishna's name is very powerful. There are some indirect name of Krishna, but direct name is Krishna. If we take Krishna name, we get benefits of 3 times Ram name and 1000 times Vishnu name. So similarly, some people use, even being in Sanatan Dharma, they use the word Upparwala, Paramatma, Bhagavan. They don't use Krishna or Vishnu, Narayana, Hari. They don't use these names. They use like Upparwala karega, Upparwala will do. No, we should not go for these indirect names. We should go for direct names so that there will be no confusion in our brain and we get benefit of those names. And automatically, all the sins unknowingly done by us will be removed by Lord Krishna. The name is very, very powerful. So Srila Prabhupada also says that in one lecture of this shloka only, that if you are walking on the street, if you kill an ant by walking, you will be punished. Can you imagine? People think, okay, I have done nothing wrong, why it's happened to me? We have done so many unknowingly, also we have done sinful activities, knowingly we have done. In our past lives, how many sinful activities we have done, we don't know. So Prabhupada is saying, but from Shastra we can understand the laws of nature. Our God is very, very strict. Very, very strict. It's repeated by Srila Prabhupada. Very, very strict. So Manduka Muni also chastised Yamraja that I am in my childhood, without any knowledge, I did something, and for which you have given me so great punishment. So you are not fit for becoming a Brahmana or Kshatriya. You should become a Sudra. So actually, Lord Krishna's devotees, they are automatically Brahmana. They are better Brahmana than Karmakandi Brahmana because they serve directly to Lord Krishna. So here Yamaraja, he then came as a Sudra, and then Aryama, he got post for 100 years. So the essence or the conclusion or the summary of this shloka is that Yamaraja is one of the GBC of Krishna, like we have God's GBCs, so like that, Governing Body Commission. And actually these 12 Mahajanas are GBC of Krishna. So we must carefully read those pastimes of the Mahajanas like Bhishma Pitama, Narada Muni, Kapil, Manu, and we should understand that what Krishna instructing through his pure devotees, because Krishna always teaches us through his pure devotees. So that's why the essence of this shloka is that even if you are having a very great position, even if you do a little mistake, then the great punishment we can get from the laws of nature, from the laws of God. It's not, maybe we are not punished by the material law, but we cannot escape from the laws of nature or laws of God. So we should be very careful in our activities, and we should dedicate our life in serving Lord Krishna. And by this way only we can get rid of all sins, and we can go back to Vaikuntha planet and which is the ultimate goal of every human life. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.